Okay, I'll let everyone in. A lot of people waiting.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, you can start.
Okay, thank you. So good afternoon, everyone, or good morning, depending on where you're tuning in from, I suppose. Welcome to an adapted seated yoga practice. My name is Bobbie. I am a certified yoga therapist, and my pronouns are she, her. And today I happen to be wearing my yellow sweater, and my hair is tied back and in a pigtail, and I'm wearing blue jeans. And so delighted that you've chosen to join me today for what I often refer to as India's gift to the world. And so the piece that's maybe can be a little bit challenging is finding there's so much available these days, and we need everyone, all teachers, that's finding the class that's a good fit for you, and maybe a teacher that you resonate with. So here we are. And so I'd like to invite you, as always, to begin the yoga practice by finding a comfortable sitting position. So sit in a way that you feel the most at ease. Roll your shoulders back and down. Relax your arms in your lap or by your side, wherever feels comfortable for you. And then I'd like to invite you to bring your hands into your heart space, palms together, palms open. If this placement of your hands makes you lose your balance, choose another placement for your hands. So a gentle reminder that we never forfeit balance to come into a pose or movement. And then as ready, lift your heart to your hands, bow your head to your heart. And to take a few moments to allow yourself to consciously enter into the present. Now, setting aside whatever was going on for you before the yoga class for the duration, knowing that you can come back to that after class. And then when you're ready, if your eyes are closed, gradually blink your eyes open. So we are falling awake, not asleep, falling awake, not asleep. And so today I'd like to suggest as a theme for the class, I am, I can, and I will. And so that said, an invitation now to repose. If possible, find a space where you are able to support your own spine. Move away from the back of the chair now so you feel that you're seated forward on your sits bones. If you would like or you need the back of the chair for support today, of course, honor that. Yoga meets us exactly where we are. Roll your shoulders back and down. Ground down through your sits bones. Maybe notice where your bum and your thighs are in contact with your seat. Lengthen up through your spine. Roll your shoulders back and down. Tap your chin in slightly to release the back of your head. If it feels comfortable for you, feel free to close your eyes softly here or soft gaze downwards. And notice the alignment of your knees, hips, ankles, shoulders over your hips. Chin in parallel to the floor. And placing one hand on your belly, bring a gentle awareness to your breath. So you might notice that as we inhale, belly moves out. On exhale, belly moves in. Maybe placing another hand on your heart space and noticing the pattern of movement of the breath between your abdomen and your upper torso. And then let's see if we can invite the breath to be just a little bit longer than it was when we began. Notice the length of the exhale. So when we lengthen our exhale, it engages the relaxation response, allowing us to let go of holding, stress, and tension. So I'd like to invite you during your yoga practice, whenever possible, to bring your awareness back to a deep, easeful breath. And so again, if your eyes are closed, gradually blink your eyes open. And so from here, I'd like to invite you to bring your hands together, rub your palms together a little. And take your hands apart, maybe feeling a little bit of warmth, heat between your hands. And rub your palms together again. So the little bit of research that I like to share in the class is that we know that our hands are not only connected to our heart, but to our mind as well. So I'd like you to notice where in your body you're holding stress and tension. See if you can take some of the loving energy from your hands and place them on that part of your body. So allow your body to absorb the loving energy from your hands. And rub your palms together again. This time, maybe think of a new place where you could use a little extra TLC, loving kindness, and place your hands there, open to receive. So from here, I'd like to transition into a practice I call toning. So essentially, it's using sound as a way to minimize pain. And so, of course, we know sound has a vibration. So what I'd like to explore with you is to tone the sounds A, O, and M. And we can add arm movements to this. And so, yes, we know sound has a vibration. So as you're ready, sitting up tall, reach your arm up, whichever side you'd like, as high as feels comfortable for you. And as you lower your arm, sound the letter A. A. Then we'll switch sides, sitting up tall, reaching up. And this time, letter O. O. Both arms reach up. Letter M. You just tasted something delicious. M. So let's practice this one more round. So it's not meant to be a big external sound. Really, it's more about the vibration that maybe you feel in your body, maybe the space around you. And so reaching up to the sky and toning the letter A. A. Inhale. Letter O. O. Both arms reach up this time. Letter M. Maybe your lips are lightly touching. M. And take a moment. Notice how you feel. So from here, let's transition into a warm-up, beginning with our head. Invitation to bring your chest toward your chest, your chin towards your chest. In your time, as you feel your neck is ready, turn a soft gaze looking up. So maybe your eyes meet where the seam and the ceiling meet the wall. And let's continue this gentle warm-up for the cervical area of the spine. As ready, finish up the movement that you're on. Bring your head back to center. And still sitting up nice and tall. Take one ear towards your shoulder. And then move your head back and forth. As ready, finish up the movement that you're on. And then turn a soft gaze looking towards your shoulder. Only turn your head as far as feels comfortable for you. And then turn your head from side to side. So as if you're nodding no. When you're ready, bring your head back to center. And then I'd like to invite you to reach your arm up, place your hand on the opposite side of your head, and create resistance. And then switch sides. As ready, make a soft fist, bring it up to your jaw. And again, creating resistance. So we tend to hold a lot of tension in our jaw. Sometimes taking that in from one day to the next. Then switch sides. Then take your soft fist up to the middle of your forehead, front part of our brain. When we put gentle pressure here, it can be calming for our nervous system. And then lastly, I'd like to invite you to interlace your fingers, bring them to the base of your skull. Or if you happen to be blessed with a yoga buddy, with your guidance, they could place their hands on the base of your skull and then press your head gently against your hands. Alternatively, if you happen to have a headrest, you might want to press your head against your headrest if you're a wheelchair user. And release. And a little shake out. Nice. So today I'm feeling like it might be nice to do a little bit of face yoga. So we hold a lot of tension in our face. And so we're going to make some faces. They're not going to be really pretty, but hopefully we'll release some tension. And so when you're ready, open your mouth wide. And relax. Open your mouth wide again. This time, however, see if you can bring your lips over your teeth. And relax. This time, we're going to see if we can pull all our facial muscles towards our nose. You just bit into a lemon. And relax. And then you can just rub your nose. It's itchy. Okay, so let's make sure that we're sitting up nice and tall. So repose. Make sure your feet are placed evenly on the floor, on your footrest. So we want to keep our connection with Mother Earth. We tend to start losing that. Or down through your sits bones. Maybe notice where your bum and your thighs are in contact with your seat. You can do a little bum dance. Lengthen up through your spine. Roll your shoulders up, back and down. Tuck your chin in slightly to release the back of your neck. And then when you're ready, I'd like to invite you to tap your fingers. So play an air piano with your hands resting where they are. And then maybe exploring tapping from your pinkies to your thumbs. And thumbs to pinkies. And maybe a little more challenging, moving from right to left. As you're ready, rotate your wrists. So we're going to move through all the major joints today. And then rotate your wrists in the opposite direction. And then maybe see if you can slow the movements down. Pardon me, and imagine that you're moving your hands through water. And it's ready, push your hands away. Arms can be as high or low as you like, and pull your hands back. So with this movement, not only are we getting into all the major joints in our arms, so we're getting that synovial fluid flowing into our joints. We're also getting into the area on the inside and outside of our shoulder blades. It's like we're giving our back a little massage. Push your hands away, pull your hands back. And now when you're ready, let's dive into yoga swim. So we will start freestyle, arms as high or low as you like. And then how about backstroke and breaststroke? Side stroke. So if you happen to do your practice on your own, I'd suggest doing maybe 3 to 4 on each side. And then we'll finish up with butterfly. And then come on back to stillness. And a little wiggly fidget. Ooh, take a moment, let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. And so from here, sitting up nice and tall, I can invite you to reach one hand towards the floor. So reach as if you're reaching to pick something up. You want to keep both sits bones on the chair, shoulder lined up with shoulder, and then move from side to side. So it might be helpful as you exhale to reach towards the floor. Inhale, come back center. Exhale to the other side. Or maybe today it just feels good to inhale to one side, exhale to the other side. If you're feeling congested or you have an obstruction, breathe in whatever way you can. So you might notice that as we warm up, perhaps our movements become more easeful. Maybe we're able to go a little bit deeper. And it's ready, finish up the movement that you're on. Come on back to a neutral spine. And take a moment. And then from here, we'll come into a seated twist. So beginning at the base of the lumbar spine, moving up one vertebrae at a time, coming into your twist. And our shoulders come into it a little bit more, head turns last. And then let's explore moving dynamically, twisting from side to side. This is a gentle twist. We're not going to our full range of movement. And then as you're ready, finish up the movement that you're on. Come on back to a neutral spine. Relax your arms by your side, then on your lap. And then take a moment, notice how's your breath. Notice any subtle sensations. And so from here, let's transition into a practice that I call finding our balance. So balance, the equal distribution of presence throughout our entire body. And so balance, the equal distribution of presence throughout our entire body. And so if you know the balance is a challenge for you, make sure you have whatever device
before of feeling so bad after saying sorry, but it did make me feel.
And so if possible, you could bring your feet maybe a little wider than outer hip bone distance, hips knees ankle in line, sitting up nice and tall. So as we breathe in, things expand. And as you breathe out, move your chest towards your thighs, hinging from the hips. Coming in, rocking forward. You tuck your chin in slightly and then rock back. So it might be today that you visualize the movement, right? So focusing on what we can do. It might be a lovely starting point. So there's something about this rocking movement that our nervous system likes. And then as ready, finish up the movement that you're on. Come on back to a neutral spine. And sitting up nice and tall. So feel free to modify or adapt any way you need or would like. If anything I share with you doesn't feel comfortable, skip it. Back to your breath. I'll try and give as many modifications as I can. And today it might be that you're visualizing the movement. And so from here, hands at your hips perhaps, and then let's circle our heart forward. And so keeping sits bones on the chair. Now your circles might be larger or smaller than mine. Bring your awareness to the space in front of you. Bring your awareness to the space beside you. And notice how that makes you feel. Take your awareness to the space above you. And especially the invitation to bring your awareness to the space behind you. And then moving away from knee to wing to trust that we are being supported. And then slowly make your way back to stillness. Relax your arms wherever feels comfortable for you. And then take a moment to notice, check in, how's your breath? Our old friend, our breath. Notice any subtle sensations. And so let's repose. So make sure your feet are placed evenly on the floor. Your sits bones are sharp on the chair, spine long, shoulders back and down. Tuck your chin in slightly to release the back of your neck. And from here, I'd like to come into practice I call sun breath, so meditation on the heart. When you're ready, take your hands into your heart space, could be palms together, maybe palms at your belly, and then extend your arms up and away. And so I feel okay today with my arms, maybe just a little bit lower than my shoulders, maybe yours are up higher or lower. And then take your hands back to your heart space or your belly. And so an invitation to keep this gentle heart opener flowing. And to imagine, if you'd like, the sun at your heart center. On your inhales, as you extend your arms up and away, imagine the radiant light of the sun radiating out all around you. And then gather that light and bring it back inside. So inhale. This time on our exhale, let's practice bumblebee breath, making a humming sound. Bow your head to your heart. That gives us a little nerve flossing for our neck. Inhale. So bumblebee breath lengthens the exhale. Inhale. Place one hand on your belly, the other on your heart space, and maybe notice the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. Nice. And a weekly fidget. Okay, so from here, sitting up tall, I'd like to invite you to reach your arm up in line with your shoulder. If that feels a little too high, maybe lower your arm a little and turn your palm face up. Rotate your palm down. I want you to notice, does it feel better with your palm up or down. Turn your palm face up and then extend your arm away from you. Bring your arm back center, palm face down, release. Other side, sit up tall, reach your arm up, spiral your palm open, moving with grace and ease, extend your arm away from you. Bring your arm back center, palm face down, release. So let's continue this gentle movement. However, this time let's add a sound to the movement if you'd like. And if it feels okay for your neck, when you turn your, or bring your arm out to the side, turn a soft gaze looking past your middle finger. If it bothers your neck to turn your head, keep a soft gaze forward. And so I'd like to offer a choice of two sounds. So it might be a humming sound. So bring your arm out to the side. Or it could be the sound shh. So whatever works best for you, reaching up, spiral your palm open. So it's a soft gaze forward or soft gaze past your middle finger. Extend your arm away from you, making a sound. Shh. And bring your arm back center. Palm face down, release. Other side, reach up, spiral your palm open. Exhale. Shh. Inhale, come on back center. Palm face down, release. So one more time on each side. Reach up, spiral your palm open. Exhale. Shh. Inhale, come back center. Palm face down, release. Last time, reaching up, palm face up, exhale. Shh. Inhale, come back center. Palm face down, release. And a little wiggly fidget. So from here, let's transition into a practice called cat and cow or kitten and cow, depending on what's going on with your spine. And so if you have osteopenia, you might have something else going on with your spine where you know that it's contraindicated to go into a deep flexion or extension. Your piece is kitten and cow. Alternatively, it would be cat and cow, if you're good with that. So I'm going to invite you to continue, of course, facing forward. I'm here if you need to see me. I am, however, going to turn my chair sideways so that perhaps maybe you get a better look at what's going on with the spine and the area. Hopefully we're targeting. So mostly this area, thoracic area of your spine. And so if possible, you might bring your feet a little wider than the outer hip bone distance. That creates some space for a yoga belly. Hands resting on your lap. And then as you're ready, round your back and draw your chest in. So it's as if our sternum's moving in towards the back of our ribs. And then when you're ready, your sternum moves forward, lifts, shoulders back and down. On exhale, round your back. As you round your back, draw your chest in. Sternum moves in towards the back of our ribs. On inhale, arch. So you might notice that as we round our back, our hands naturally have a tendency to slide towards our knees. If your skin is sensitive, feel free to hover above your legs. And then on the inhale, hands slide in towards our knees. So an invitation to keep this gentle warm up for your spine flowing for a few more breaths. So move in a way that feels natural for you. So natural that perhaps your movements and your breath become one. We'll finish up the movement there on. Come on back to a neutral spine. Relax your arms by your side, then on your lap. And then again, take a moment, check in, notice how your breath is, notice any subtle sensation. And so from here, let's do a little bit of body tapping. So tap the outside of your thighs, your hips, and then come on down only as far as feels comfortable for you. So if you have high or low blood pressure, you might not want to go down too far. And then come on, tapping up the inner legs, inner thighs, even into the groin area if you can. Tap, tap, tap. And now we're going to switch it up. We're going to begin the tapping from the inner thighs and moving down and coming up the outside of our legs. And then when you're ready, reach your arm up, come back up, sitting up nice and tall. Arm in front of you, and then tap the top of your hand up to your shoulder, and then tap down. And then we'll switch sides, tapping up, tap down. Bring your fingertips to the back of your neck and tap. Bring your fingertips up to the crown of your head, tapping lightly. You can say, wake up, brain. Wake up, brain. And then just take a moment or two. Notice the effects of the body tapping. Okay. So when you're ready, just sweeping your hands up along your arms. So I love me. And because I love me, I can love all of you. And maybe lean forward a little bit. Massage your lower back. Maybe up a little higher where your kidneys and adrenal glands live. And then sweep your hands forward. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. Then if you'd like, lean back in your chair, place one hand on your belly, the other hand on top. And then moving your hands in circular movements. Clockwise, massage your belly. So your organs, your liver, your stomach. And then again, just a little wiggly fidget. Nice. So from here, where shall we go? I think I'll invite you to repose. Sitting up nice and tall, push down through one foot, push down through your opposite foot. And then I want you to notice as you alternate pushing your feet down, notice, can you feel one foot more than the other? So that might have something to do with your hips. So we're sitting up tall, spine is long, shoulders back and down. Tuck your chin in slightly to release the back of your neck. And so from here, where shall we go? I think I'd like to just transition now into a nice flow. So modified sun salutations in the chair. Bring your arms out to the side. Take your hands to your heart space. Bow your head to your heart. Reach your arms up, gentle back arch. So lift from above your shoulder blades, lift your heart. And then taking hold of the underside of the chair, move your chest towards your thighs, hinge from the hips, tuck your chin in slightly. Forward fold, then pushing down through your heels, one hand on each of your thigh, come on back up to a neutral spine. And then from here, let's come into a lunge. So tuck your leg under the front of the chair, toes tuck under. Might be that you're visualizing this movement today. You can add your arm, hand at your hip, in goalposts or reaching up to the sky. You choose. Float your arm down. Step your leg forward. We'll come into modified downward facing dog. So place our forearms on our lap. Lengthen your spine, chin in. Baby cobra, place your hips on your thighs. Lower your head and lift up through the crown of your head. Downward facing dog, lengthen your spine, tuck your chin in slightly. Pushing down through your inner heels, one hand on each inner thigh, come back up to neutral spine. Let's come into a lunge on the other side. So you tuck your leg under the front of the chair. Hand at your hip in gold pose, or reaching up along your ear. Maybe visualizing the movement today. Step your leg forward, arms by your sides, spiral your palms open, reach up to the sky. And maybe our hands come together in prayer down through the heart. So arms by your sides, spiral your palms open. Take your hands to your heart space, bow your head to your heart. Reach your arms up, gentle back arch, lift your heart, lift from above your shoulder blades, holding on to the underneath of the chair. Move your chest towards your thighs, hinge from the hips. Pardon me, tuck your chin in slightly. Pushing down through your inner heels, one hand on each near thigh, come back up to a neutral spine. So let's come into a lunge, begin on the other side this time. Possible, tuck your leg under the chair, add your arm up along your ear, in gold pose right your hip, you choose. Step your leg forward. So let's do downward facing dog again. However, this time I'd like to give you two choices. So you can do what we did earlier, with forearms on your laps, or maybe pardon me. It feels okay to reach your arms on a diagonal. So your hands are reaching towards where the ceiling meets a wall. And so you want to feel a nice diagonal line. And then hands slow back down. So actually, let's come into baby cobra. Lower your head and lift up through the crown of your head. And downward facing dog again. Arms on a diagonal or forearms on your lap. Come on back up. Let's come into a lunge on the other side. Step your leg under the front of the chair. Add your arm, hip, gold pose, or reaching up along your ear. Float your arm down, step your leg forward, hinging at the hips, spiral your palms open, reach up to the sky. Gentle back arch, and then maybe your hands come together in prayer down through the heart. So arms by your sides, spiral your palms open, take your hands to your heart space, bow your head to your heart. Reach your arms up, gentle back arch. So lift from above your shoulder blades, lift your heart. Forward fold, take hold of the underside of the chair, move your chest towards your thighs, hinge from the hips, chin in. One hand on each near thigh, pushing down through your heels, come back up to a neutral spine. Come into a lunge, tuck your leg under the front of the chair, toes tucked under. Arm can come wherever feels comfortable for you. Float your arm down, step your leg forward. So downward facing dog, forearms on your lap, or maybe, if it feels okay for you, arms on a diagonal. Baby cobra, lower your head, then lift up through the crown of your head. Downward facing dog. Come on back up, neutral spine. Come into a lunge on the other side. Step your leg under the front of the chair, hand at your hip. In gold pose, you're reaching up along your ear. Good. Float your arm down, step your leg forward, arms by your sides, spiral your palms open, reach up to the sky. And maybe our hands come together in prayer down through the heart. And take a rest. And notice, maybe close your eyes softly for a moment or two. And notice, is your body talking to you? And if so, what does it say? And then an invitation to do whatever your body is asking of you. And so moving on, I'd like to come into a seated twist. And so sitting up nice and tall, if possible, bring your feet a little wider than outer hip bone distance. Hips, knees, ankles in line. This creates a little space for yoga buddy or buddy belly. So we breathe in. As we breathe in, lengthen the spine. As you breathe out, reach your hand across your opposite near your thigh. Your other hand comes beside you in the chair behind you. Right, so you can see we're already into the twist at this point. So if it's not contraindicated for you to go a little bit deeper, if it is, this is your pose today. Alternatively, you might want to go a little deeper. So we breathe in, lengthen our spine. And as you breathe out, come on into the twist a little deeper. Head turns last. Eyes are closed softly, focused inward or soft gaze downwards. And when you're ready, slowly come out of the twist on the side, come back to neutral spine. Take a moment and breathe in, lengthen your spine as you breathe out, coming into your twist. So moving up one vertebrae at a time, head turns last. Eyes are closed softly, focused inward or soft gaze downwards. And slowly come out of the twist on this. So let's come into it one more time on each side. So you notice if something shifted a little bit. So here we go. Lengthen your spine on the inhale, on your exhale, come into your twist. Head turns last, soft gaze downwards or eyes closed softly. And slowly unwind, come back centered, take a moment. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, come into your twist on the other side. And then slowly come out of the pose. So let's rock and roll. We're going to flow in and out of the twist. So reaching up on your inhale, on your exhale, come into the twist. So do your own thing here. Just make sure that you go into the twist on your exhale. And finish up the movement that you're on. Come on back to a neutral spine. And take a moment, take a rest. Let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. Okay. So from here, let's come into side bend. So you're sitting up nice and tall. Take hold of the underside of the chair. Extend your opposite arm. So I'll give you three choices. It could be hand at your hip, on your shoulder, reaching up and over. So we come into the pose. So inhale, reach up to your place. And on your exhale, come into the side bend. So you're holding the opposite side of the chair. Both sits bones stay on the chair. And then turn a soft gaze looking down towards the floor to release your neck. And then breathe into your rib cage. Can you imagine breathing in below your rib cage? And then come out of the pose on this side. Take hold of the underside of the chair, extend your opposite arm, spiral your palm open, inhale, reach up, exhale, come into your side bend. Can you feel you're creating space in your side body? Your rib cage? And come out of the pose on this side. Shoulders up, back and down, little wiggly fidget. Okay, so I'd like to invite you to come back in your chair. I really want you to feel the support of the back of your chair. And we're going to come into a seated forward fold as a counter to the twist and the side bend. So they can be pretty intense spinal movements. If possible, bring your feet a little wider than outer hip bone distance. Sit up tall and then hinging forward. Take hold of the front of the chair. Tuck your chin in slightly to release the back of the neck. Maybe your forearms rest on your thighs. Let your head hang slightly. And then breathe into your lower back. Or you might imagine that your lungs are in your lower back. And then when you're ready, come back up to neutral spine. And then I'd like to invite you to walk your hands over to your thigh, your hip, turn your torso in that direction. And then just coming into this as deep as you'd like. And walk your hands across to your opposite knee or thigh. Turn your torso in that direction. And then come on back to a neutral spine. Toe heel back in so that your feet are hip distance apart if you brought them a little further apart. And then maybe take hold of the opposite wrist. And just do a little back bend here, gentle. And release, little wiggly fidget. So come on, seated comfortably in preparation for a short guided meditation and your final relaxation. So feel free to adjust your lighting if you like. Make sure that you have what you need to stay warm. I always like to have a little blanket nearby. Also, if you're wanting, you can maybe place something on your spine. A rolled up yoga mat can be really lovely and supportive. You place it right along your spine. And even a little bit of weight on our lap can be encourage a grounding sensation, can help with fatigue. And so place your hands palms face down on your lap. Draw your hands in towards your hips. Look down and into your heart. See what you can see. And then breathe into your heart. So I'm breathing in. I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out. I know that I'm breathing out. As my in-breath grows deep, my out-breath grows slow. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I release. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. And so we'll sit in silence for a moment or two with a gentle reminder. Breathing. We'll come into whatever comfortable position you'd like for your final relaxation. If you have the ability to recline in your chair, go for it. Eyes are closed softly, focused inward or soft gaze downwards. Roll your shoulders up, back and down. So not a big scrunch up towards our ears. Essentially, we're just allowing our shoulders to soften away from our ears. Relax your arms, palm up or down as desired. So soft palms, soft yoga belly, the area between our navel and our pubic bone. Quiet breath. Allow the breath to breathe itself. Relax your jaw. Unclench your teeth. Let there be a little space between your teeth. Soften your lower jaw. Soften around your temples. And soften the area between your eyebrows. Wide forehead. Silently, if you like, on inhale, say let. On exhale, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. If it's challenging to quiet the mind, placing our hands on our belly and bringing our awareness to our breath can be helpful. So when you're ready, bring maybe your awareness back to your breath and see if you can begin to deepen your inhale, lengthen your exhale. And if your eyes are closed, gradually blink your eyes open. And then an invitation to take a look around the space you're in and name 3 objects that you see to bring us back. And so thank you, everyone. Notice how you feel before and after yoga class. Questions or feedback, always love to hear from you. So happy to hang out for a few moments. So feel free to take yourselves off mute if you'd like. And I'm going to move into the screen a little closer so I can see you better.
Great class.
Awesome. Thanks, Lynn. So take good care, everyone. Hope to see you again next week. And so the teacher me honors and appreciates the teacher in each of you. Thanks, Kausar.
Thank you.
Okay.
I
Bye.
will see you